Taxpayers foot a multi-million-dollar tab to keep police evidence locked up. In some cases, that evidence sticks around long after the victims or their offenders have any say in the outcome of a case.
Incoming and everlasting evidence will outpace what the department is able to purge. So how long before CSPD has to purchase even more storage?
KRDO News Channel 13 investigative reporter Lauren Barnes is live in studio tonight tracking the cost of evidence in a 13 Investigates special report. Lauren?
More than 23,000 square feet are devoted to preserving thousands of brown bags of evidence inside the CSPD storage building and beyond. We're told it's only a matter of time before room for all that evidence runs out. Nearly everything comes with an expiration date. The vitamins you store in your medicine cabinet, even the most preserved types of food, and unfortunately, each of us. But long after a person passes, pieces of them, sometimes the very items that led to their death, live on in Colorado Springs police evidence storage.
So typically the evidence that we are holding indefinitely is sex assault cases or homicide cases.
Colorado law dictates how long police hold on to evidence. At a minimum, property obtained by Colorado Springs police is kept for 60 days. The more serious the crime, the longer evidence is stored.
It's a huge responsibility for myself and my unit to maintain the integrity of all the evidence and property that comes in.
Evidence linked to misdemeanors, for instance, is kept for a year and a half.
Currently, we have approximately 450,000 items in our storage. That's including property and evidence. Each month, we're taking in about 6,000 items of property and evidence as well.
More than 1/3 of the city's 2021 budget goes toward the Colorado Springs Police Department, almost $142 million. $2 million is slated just for evidence and the impound lot where a vehicle taken into evidence in 1952 still sits today.
Hopefully, we won't grow out of our unit or our space for probably the next 5 to 7 years.
There's also a different kind of evidence piling up, not measured by seemingly endless rows of brown bags. Body-worn camera footage is instead calculated by what's called terabytes. 1 terabyte is double the highest storage offered by an iPhone.
We have 375 terabytes.
At already 1.4 million videos, CSPD's body-worn camera footage and its price tag is expected to increase exponentially as Colorado's police accountability bill takes full effect in 2023, requiring all officers to be equipped with body-worn cameras.
It's $1,000 per officer per year at this point.
The cost includes equipment and storage. CSPD pays for 550 officers to wear body cameras now. Complying with the police accountability law will bump that number up to 800 officers or so, about $800,000 each year. The lifespan of the videos is similarly separated by severity of the crime.
We have to go based on the state retention schedule. We have to follow that, but it also allows for the court process to go through, so not only for them to go all the way through sentencing, but for the appeal process and appeal process and appeal process.
For instance, video of felony arrest or felony crimes is held for 99 years. Despite it being a state mandate, it comes with no additional funding from the state. But these are budget line items the department and the law view as non-negotiable.
It really isn't about the money or anything like that. It's more about our mission in regards to helping those victims out there and ultimately seeing hopefully a good conclusion to the case where we do find justice for the victim and the family.
Making room and allocating money for more evidence as long as crime continues, because it's just part of the job and because justice never expires. Now, CSPD will need an additional storage facility for evidence in the coming years, as you just heard. Meantime, the department is working on organizing and better using the space it does have. For 13 Investigates, I'm Lauren Barnes.